All right, welcome back to the channel, everybody. Bobby O'Brien here. Today, I'm with my client Lee and a longtime friend of mine, who's seen incredible results from the health optimization program, and I am just so stoked to have him on the channel today because he's been through an incredible journey, and I'm so excited to dive into it. Welcome to the channel, Lee.
Thanks, Bobby. Appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, of course, of course. Well, man, dude, start us off with who you are, what you do, and what led to us connecting and working together.
Yeah, so my name's Lee. I'm from California. I'm an online business owner. That's how Bobby and I met. We're both online coaches. We met in, I believe, 2023 toward the end. We were both in the same coaching program. And so, yeah, that's pretty much quick intro on me.
Yeah, absolutely, man. It's been a wild ride for sure. So just diving into the specifics of the work that we put in and what you did, what were some of the challenges that you faced, before we started working together that you were able to overcome?
Mm. Yeah, so like my history with exercise begins when I was super young. I've been playing basketball my whole life, like since I was a kid. So exercise I've never been a stranger to exercise. I don't avoid exercise. I love exercise. I love basketball, walking, lifting weights, all types of things. Um, Played high school basketball, so I'm always around it. And actually, like even way before you and I met, back about 2020, 2021, I was doing 75 hard, which is like, pretty well known mental toughness exercise program. And I've done that program a lot of times, many, many times. And I lost 30 pounds doing that. And I got down to like 12% body fat, pretty low, right? So the problem that I had was like I did that program a bunch of times. Like for 2 years, I did it many, 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 many times. But then like I stopped and I didn't I got undisciplined with my diet, not with the exercise. The diet, I had done it for 2 years, like, okay, cool, I can start to coast. Terrible mindset, obviously. And not the program's fault at all. It was mostly mine, but I went way off the program. 2022, I pretty much gained all the weight back. Like not 30 pounds, like that's kind of a lot, but I actually kind of did. Like between 2022 and 2023 and 2024, when I started 75 hard, I was 192, got down to 155, 157. So that's actually more like almost 40 pounds. And then in the 2022, 23, 24, I basically came back up to like the 185, hot, almost 190 again. So 2, 3 years, lost it. 2, 3 years, came right back. So right before you and I started working together, I was trying to do it on my own. I was with a separate fitness coach that did not work out for me. Really weird diet, did not work. He didn't really care that much. Not really. I don't know. I could tell he didn't really care. And he was just like, dude, just do the fucking work. Don't ask me any questions. Even though I questioned a lot, and that's how I am. I question
Yeah.
things so that I can better understand it. And I feel like I can't believe something if I don't challenge it. So if you're the type of coach who's soft and can't handle that, or not even soft, but just like defensive and challenging, it's like, well, you're not the type of coach for me. Sorry. Um, anyway, that was the situation with him. I let him go. And the challenges I was going through was like, I feel like I have all the information. Like I'm not stupid. I've come from an exercise background. I've done 75 hard. Like I know what to do, but I'm not doing it. And the reason was because I was like, I don't want to have to go back on 75 hard to lose weight. Call me a pussy, call me soft, don't really care. I didn't want to have to do that. I'm married. We want to go do stuff. My wife doesn't want me to always be on 75 hard. So it's like, how do I continue to lose weight, be fit, get shredded, but also live my life? So that was my like history, background, and challenges.
Oh man, really appreciate you sharing that, and like when it comes to the coach, when you don't have someone that's like grounded in their work with conviction, it can be really difficult to, of course, stay with them in the long term. But, it definitely sounds like, it's 75 hard, it works, right? Like, and you can see incredible results from following it, but it's not something that's going to be, a sustainable lifestyle change that you could follow for 5, 10, or 20 plus years, especially, so what were some of the specific things that, you experienced when we started working together that really changed that for you to where you could follow a more sustainable change instead?
Yeah. I'm really excited to talk about this because you surprised me with the first thing we did, which I did not expect or know about, which was sleep. Essentially, it's lowering stress, sleep being like the the main thing, which I wasn't expecting. And it's crazy because you and I have been friends. I mean, again, we've been friends for about 3 years now, friends first. And we've obviously talked a lot about exercise, but I don't really remember us talking that much about sleep, like just as homies. So I was like, okay, really interesting. And so you gave me those 3 things to do, which was no coffee after 12. I'm a big coffee drinker. No coffee after 12. And I used to drink coffee 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, right? To keep me going. No coffee after 12. Challenging, but I did it. Um, the ending your shower with cold for 30 seconds. I'm an overachiever. I do 60 seconds. I don't know if you know that. But so
There
I'll
we
do
go.
my hot shower and then I'll turn it cold till it's uncomfortable. And I'm like, oh, and I'll soak the body 60 seconds. And then the Wim Hof breathing, bro. Oh my gosh. I mean, Wim Hof, and it's crazy because, dude, I'll be honest with you, I'm not perfect. I'll do Wim Hof 5 days a week. 2 of the days where it's like the weekends, I'm like, I'm going to sleep in anyway. Who cares? I need to change that because there's a I mean, what a difference. It's literally like now, Bobby, for me, I wanted to tell you this anyways. It is literally black and white. I will or will not sleep good, and it's no spectrum at all. If I do Wim Hof, I will sleep good. If I don't, I will not sleep. Like that's where I'm at personally right now. And I noticed it because like over the weekend, Friday night, Saturday night, I didn't do it. Last night, Sunday, I did it. Slept like a baby. Slept like I'm like, I gotta do
So
Wim
good.
Hof on the weekends too, bro. Like I can't take that off. So the thing that you gave me at the beginning of our program was I don't know if you told me this or if I just interpreted this, but you could eat perfect and diet perfect, but if you're hella stressed and sleeping like shit, you won't lose weight and you won't get fit. And I don't know if you told me it word for word, if that was just like something I interpreted, but that sentiment hit me really hard because I was like,
Far more difficult.
yeah, I was like, hmm, this must be one of the big reasons I'm not where I want to be because I've dieted, I've exercised. I'm like, what's going on? So that was the first shift for about I feel like the first 4 to 6 weeks. That was like the main thing. Immediate results, immediate results. So that was really the big thing, dude. That tracking your food, um, really, really focusing on, you talk a lot about optimizing for insulin. Like, do a little bit of a prolonged fast, not an extreme, but a prolonged 16-ish hour fast. Break it with animal, right? Eggs or some lean meat, like break your fast with lean meat. What a freaking difference maker, bro. Oh my
There
God.
you go.
Like such a difference maker. Um, doing stuff like that, optimizing for your macros, right? High protein, keep the fat low, protein high, but not stressing about the counting. So those have been the big ones. And then recently you've been giving me workouts that have been awesome. And to be honest, I've been seeing pretty noticeable physical changes in the body, especially like the arms, the chest, the abs a little bit. I'm like, okay, I'm starting to see some shit, right? People are commenting on it. So yeah, bro, those are kind of like the big things that we did.
Yeah, that's so good. That's incredible. It was like a full swing there. I love it. And people really underestimate all the other little things you could do outside of diet and exercise, right? I mean, like you really could have a perfect diet. You could have a perfect exercise routine. But if you're not doing any sort of diaphragmatic breathing, your sleep sucks. And you are under a ridiculous amount of stress. Like if all those things are going on at the same time, which they were for you, right? Then it's going to be very difficult to see a consistent, steady amount of fat loss. So once we fix those things first, that actually was the main priority, right? Then we start to shift more focus towards the diet. And those are levers that many people don't even pull. And it's quite common for entrepreneurs as well, coaches, business owners, in-person business owners. They're under a lot of stress because it can be pretty stressful, and usually you're not sleeping too much. So the fact that you were able to make, such quick changes like that and really optimize for all those other areas outside of just diet and exercise, I mean, it just is a testament to your commitment, man. It was so, so good. But I'd love to hear about, some of the results that you experienced with your body and health with some of those changes you made.
So, first of all, lost 10 pounds, which was awesome. I feel like those 10 pounds for me were stubborn before I met you. Like before I met you, I was floating between like 185, 182 or 181 on a good day. I could not break to 179. I could not do it. Hired you, and I think it was within the first 4 weeks, maybe less, that I broke to 179, and now I'm floating around like 175, 170. I've gotten as low as 172. So actually, it's really more like 13 pounds I've lost. And that's been great. So that's been like the hard tangible results, 13 pounds. And I couldn't, I'm talking about over a year, I could not break those 10 pounds for over a year. Um, and then within a couple months, we broke it and lost 13 pounds. I was like, cool, right? But not just that's like the tangible, the intangible, bro, my energy levels are high. I gotta say it's probably from mostly the sleep, but like the food too. But man, my energy's fucking high. Like I wake up at 5 a.m. I do have an alarm, but I'm up like a spring chicken, no snooze. Right. And yeah, it kind of is like still a little hard to wake up, but like within 5, 10 minutes, bro, I'm up, rock and roll and hit the gym. That's a big deal, bro. Like for a long, long time, it was like 5 a.m., but I'd hit the snooze. I have coffee the day before till 3 or 4 p.m. Wasn't good quality sleep, was snoozing. So service level, I'm like, oh, I'm a high performer. I'm waking up at 5 a.m., but it's really more like 5:30, 5:45, feeling like shit. Because of you, it's like I'm up at 5 like a spring chicken. I'm out the door by 5:20 or 5:30, hitting the gym by 5:45, ripping it. Home by 7, you know, rocking it,
Beast, man.
bro. Yeah. I would also say too, like the no caffeine after 12. It's so funny because caffeine, right? Like it does give you a spike, but then like you go down, like you crash. But I don't ever crash anymore. Even though I still drink coffee, it's like, but I'm done at 12. So like it gives me the boost I need and I don't ever crash. When I was drinking it at like 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock, I would crash like hella hard. By 5, 6, I like could not open my eyes. I'm like, bro, I'm done. But now it's like, no, I have energy like the whole day and I sleep so much better. So like that's kind of the intangible, bro. It's just the energy level. My wife definitely has noticed. She's been like, wow, you look a lot better. You look slimmer. You know, that's a big deal for me. Other people have been like, wow, you look a lot slimmer. You look better. And also, like, dude, I still cheat. Like, I have treat meals, 1 to 2 times a week, but I can enjoy them because I don't go crazy. I have self control. I can have one glass of wine, not two or three, and I can enjoy myself sometimes because my routine is so it's so sustainable. So that those are really the intangible things I got.
That's so good. That's incredible. Like warms my heart. That's so, so amazing, man. And when you're able to optimize for consistency instead of just intensity, like you're gonna beat everybody else out, right? And that's what you're gonna be able to do now. Because when you're going just for intensity with something like 75 hard for 1 to 2 months, I mean, sure, you're gonna be able to beat those guys out quick, but just not over the course of the long term. And that goes for anything. That goes for anyone that's training for basketball, jujitsu, football, or if you're just simply trying to create a sustainable routine for yourself. So happy for you, man. That really warms my heart.
Thanks.
And, you know, I guess I'm curious about this too, So what are some of the things that you can do now, right, that you weren't able to do before we started working together?
Mm, things I can do now. I mean, I would say, yeah, I mean, a couple of the things I touched on earlier, which was waking up without needing to snooze. I mean, that also takes some self discipline, but it's just, dude, I'm waking up at 5. I mean, God, you think about, God, you think about the amount of time that I get back now just because of the sleep thing. Because I didn't even think of this till you just asked, but if now that I'm thinking about it, I mean, dude, just the difference between waking up at 5 or 5:30, that does make a difference. Because if I wake up at 5:30, and I'm starting my workout at 6 and then I'm home at 7:30 or 8, I don't read 10 pages. I don't do my journaling. I don't have time. So now it's like I don't have time to do something that really helps me, which is like journaling and reading. And then by the end of the day, I'm not going to read and journal. I'm going to make excuses for it, and I'm too tired. So like just getting the time back of like now, not only do I wake up earlier, but I'm also my quality of sleep is higher. I have so much energy to have better workouts to make my muscles look better. Eating wise, like I physically just I don't know how to explain. I have no gut issues. I have no problems in the bathroom. I have no problems with like I don't have acid like I have no physical issues at all. I have none of that. I have more energy for, to be with my wife. I have more energy to pour into my business. I have more energy to just like pour into things that I love doing. And, I'll say this. I think that people who are looking to get in shape, I think I even was a victim of this too. We look too much at the surface level. Like I want to get shredded. I want to look good, but and I'm not there yet. I don't have the six pack yet, but I don't care anymore. Cause I'm like, well, yeah, but I got something that you can't put a dollar on it, which is fucking more energy, right? A sustainable diet that feels good. And I think that's a huge reason that people don't pay for online coaching. That maybe you have experienced that why people wouldn't buy from you. Cause it's like you don't get it. You don't understand. You don't even know what you're missing. I didn't know what I was missing till I signed up to work with Bobby. And then a month into it, I'm like, wow, I feel different. I'm sleeping better. I'm moving better. I'm happier. Like I already got the investment back within a month and we worked together for 6 months. So I don't even remember your question, but I hope that answered it.
Oh, it sure did, man, because, like, the fact you're able to wake up, immediately coming out of bed is one thing, right? But then that just it sounds like it compounded throughout the day and led to so many other amazing things with all the other changes that you made, Max. I'm so happy for you. This is so good, And I guess, I'm curious to know as well, right? You talked about the energy that you're able to pour into the things that you love, right? Like, obviously, it's had a very positive effect on you. What sort of positive effect has it started to, have on everybody else around you as well?
Well, dude, like that's a great question. I mean, I'll give you one. Like the word patience is coming up in my mind because I'm married, and it is one of the keys to having a happy marriage is being patient. Same with her. She probably need more patience than I do, right? But
That's
so give it up to my wife, Erica. She's stronger than me. If I had to deal with me, I'd fucking kill me. Anyway, so I'm just kidding. But yeah, I mean, just dude, because my energy is so much higher, my patience is higher, right? Um, I mean, God, you got to think about it, right? If you're a guy like you and me, high performers, we're hustlers, and we're building our own businesses. We're high performers. That requires a lot of energy and attention. And if you don't sleep well and you don't eat well, you're not going to have the energy and the attention to do the things that are going to make your life better. And you're not going to have good relationships. Like, think about it. If you sleep like shit, let's say you're a dad or you're a husband who doesn't have kids like myself, you aren't going to have the energy and the capacity, for lack of a better term, to deal with the things in your personal life that you need to deal with. And yes, sometimes as a married man, sometimes as a father, it is things you have to deal with. They're not things you want to do. So if you don't sleep well, bro, and if you are snacking and eating like shit, you look like shit, you got man tits, like fuck, you're trying to get your children to respect you or your wife to respect you, and you look like shit. I mean, it's like, dude, you fucking no way. If you don't fucking respect yourself, bro, like if you can't look in the mirror and be happy, like I'm looked in the mirror today and I'm like, I want to be more shredded, but I looked in the mirror, so I'm like, dude, let's fucking go. Like, you're looking pretty good, bro. Like to be able to honestly say that to yourself and be happy, you're gonna have better relationships. Your wife's gonna love you more. Your family's gonna love you more. Your kids are probably gonna love you more. You don't
No, you're
have
right.
the discipline to put the fucking crackers away and put the fucking pizza away. You don't have the discipline to not get the ice cream. You don't realize the cause and effect of your selfish actions, and you're gonna be fat and you'll probably die sooner too. So that's my personal opinion. That's how it's affected my relationships is I'm becoming a better person for everyone around me.
Man, so good. And I absolutely agree as well, because whatever you do positively for your own life, it's going to have a positive effect on everybody else too. And it certainly sounds like that's been the case. And when you have a business and when you're an entrepreneur like we are, right, we have to devote so much time, energy, and attention to our baby, right, our business. And
Right.
no matter if it's 2 years old or in the teenager stage, right? It's still going to require a lot of attention from you, and that's energy. If it's not in a good place already, that it's not really going to be moved, transition in a positive place towards your family, your wife, or your kids. So, man, you hit the nail on the head there with that. So, I'm also curious to hear this too, man. What are some of the doubts and the fears that you had before joining the program
Mm,
that, ultimately just made you say, what, yes, anyway, you know what, like, I'm gonna do this.
mm. This is a good question. I mean, look, transparently, I'm sort of a special case because we're friends and we were friends first and I met you in person. So it's like, bro, I know you. I mean, we went to a retreat in Florida poolside. I'm like, you're fucking shredded. You were like the most shredded person there that didn't take steroids. So I'm like, I know he's actually shredded. Right. Um, so I do want to transparently say that. But
Of
even
course.
then, like, dude, it was just like I had literally hired and fired a coach right before you. So I was like, oh man, like another program. Like, is this just gonna be the same thing? What if I don't like the diet? Like, I personally, I've told you this, and I'm gonna tell you that this is a huge conversion. I hated tracking. I hated the pictures, the barcodes, the mac. I hated it. I don't anymore, which is insane that you got me. I don't. I mean, you. I mean, I know I put the work in, but you got me to a point where I like am excited to take the pictures, track, use a little chat GPT to help me if we can't find the barcode. Like I'm on it. Like it's fun now for me. And so the doubts were just like, ugh, like the effort and sacrifice this is gonna take. Also, like, oh, I'm not gonna get to enjoy my life anymore, right? Like the last coach, and like, dude, you can call me soft if you want. I really don't give a fuck. But the last coach was like, I was like, hey, when like am I allowed to have a treat meal once a week? He's like, no.
My
That was it.
God.
I was like, okay. And at that time, I was like, cool, hard nose, like, let's just do it. But when you were like, I'm going to show you how to be able to have 1 to 2 treat meals per week, not 1 to 2 days, 1 to 2 treat meals per week, so, and still be on your shit. I was like, okay, that's important for me. I'm married. I want to go out with my wife. Sometimes I just want to go do my own fucking. I know that it's possible to have 1 treat meal per week and still lose weight and look good. So I know it's true. So if a coach is telling me it's not, then that's like, I don't want to work with you. So that was kind of the doubts. Was like, damn, like I'm gonna have to track or take the pictures. What if I don't like the diet? Like, what if he's too rigid? You know what I mean? I had to lose 10, 15 pounds. I feel like you should. My goal, Bobby, was I want to do something sustainable. I want to create some kind of programming for me, for my diet, for my exercise that I know I could do the rest of my life. That was the most important thing and get results. And I didn't know if that was going to happen before, but I just said, fuck it, I'll take the plunge because I trust you. And I've seen you get results. I've met you in person. You're legit shredded. And I mean, I saw we cheated together in that retreat. So I was like, well, if he's cheating
Exactly.
and he still looks like that, right? It means it's possible. Um, so yeah, I mean that was pretty much those were kind of the doubts and fears.
It's so spot on. And there's a big misconception with that, right? Like, if you feel like you need to be following your diet 100% of the time, every single day, 365 days a year, the diet you're following is most likely not gonna be one, it's not gonna be aligned, and it honestly may be too good to be true, if we're gonna be completely honest, right? Because there's gonna be so many other levers that you can pull to stack the odds in your favor to still overcome 1 to 2 cheat meals. Would it be optimal to completely, go all in on the plan that is optimized to work? Sure. But it doesn't mean once again, it's all about consistency. If you're able to optimize for that over just an intense 2 month, 3 month quick fix, it doesn't matter how many, I mean, it doesn't matter if you have 1 to 2 or even 3 cheat meals a week, you're gonna be able to continue to take 2 steps forward and 1 step back, which is a mindset that we doubled down on so hard. And it's funny that you bring this up because, that's something I completely forgot to mention as well. We would talk on the phone a whole lot about your nutrition, your diet, and everything else we want to optimize. So I was like, man, Lee's my friend, I'm a coach. And, at the time he was, giving me some great advice for the business. I was like, man, I need to just, provide value. And I did. But at the time I didn't realize um, that I was giving you some helpful and practical advice, but it wasn't everything that you needed. So if anything, it was somewhat not necessarily detrimental, but I wasn't giving you everything that you really did need to see success. So that brings me to this question, how has like the difference between that and the structure that you have now, like allowed you to really streamline a lot of consistency that you're able to see?
Well, dude, that's a great question because I signed up with you and paid you not knowing what all of this was gonna entail, but I was like, the most important thing I'm paying you for is the accountability. If I'm spending money on this, I'm gonna do it, right? It's so much easier to cheat if I mean, you just cheat if you just have to rely on your own discipline. If you're literally paying money and you cheat, you're like a dumbass. It's like, dude, now you're not only being selfish, like I said earlier, but now you're also wasting your own money. You know what I mean? So that was my thing. I was like, dude, if I'm paying this man, like I'm not gonna cheat. I'm gonna stay on the plan. Like I'm gonna be that much more motivated. Um, what I didn't realize what how many amazing things would come with the accountability. The weekly check-in report, that text. I look forward to that. Even though it's kind of got some repeats because I'm very consistent, I still look forward to it because I'm like, I love that. Sunday is my day where I review my own week anyways. So to get the fitness and nutrition part into that now where I just read a quick text that Bobby put time to send to me, I was like, wow, this is super cool. And then I respond to it to give you an audio. It just gets me set for the next week. God, I mean, the workouts, I mean, the app trainer eyes that you use to like take the pictures and track everything, the progress pics. You can take progress pics on your phone, but you've got, the app, it's where you can look at them side by side. It's just it's so good. The whole platform, that accountability is like, damn, like this is, I was not getting this from him when I wasn't paying him, nor should I have. And it was just the whole your whole system, the way you've got it all, it's really good.
That's awesome, man. And that's the thing, right? Like when you pay attention, you lock in, just like you said. And like if we can combine that with, the plan that you were able to get that's optimized for fat loss at the same time. I mean, like it's going to be extremely difficult for you to not see results, right? If anything, it's impossible with your level of commitment, which you had a strong amount of, you know? So does someone who's on the fence right now, right? Maybe they've been thinking about, making a change and getting in better shape for a while, but they're still kind of hanging on the sidelines, and been putting it off, right? Like, what would you say to that person right now?
Yeah. If you're on the fence about hiring Bobby, first of all, I actually completely understand why. There's lots and lots and lots and lots of fitness coaches. There's lots and lots of diet programs and exercise programs. I get it. I get it. And I'm gonna shatter another belief. Well, this guy with the piano in the back shirt, that's Bobby's friend. He's just talking. I'm telling you right now, yeah, I am Bobby's friend, but I paid the man money. And Bobby knows this. I break friendships. When I pay people money and I don't get what I paid for, they're not my friend anymore. That happens all the time. I shatter friendships. I don't give a shit. I'll burn a bridge. If I pay you money now, we aren't friends anymore. Now it's business. And if you don't hold up your end of the bargain, fuck you. I paid Bobby a lot of money and I'm here giving him a testimonial. Okay. I'm a real ass person who's actually gotten real ass results that I had a lot of trouble with. I also tried lots of other diet and exercise programs. I literally had another coach this year and it didn't work. If you're on the fence about hiring Bobby, I get it. I understand. I understand it's a scary decision. I understand that, oh, well, how is he different than anybody else? I'm a literal physical representation that yes, even though I'm Bobby's friend, I would not be his friend right now if I hadn't gotten results. Promise you that. And I did. I got results. I'm extremely happy. I'm extremely satisfied. My life completely changed really quickly and I actually enjoyed the experience. How many exercise, fitness, diet coaches can you find where you're gonna pay them money and you're gonna lose weight and enjoy it? I don't think I've ever met anybody. Everybody's program sucks. You hate it, obviously. You have to sacrifice foods. You got to do workouts that suck. That is not Bobby's program. I'm even surprised myself. I actually enjoyed the experience. Bobby's an amazing person. He's, you know, caring, empathetic, but also knows how to hold you accountable without being mean and berating. He's really good at that. He's a great coach. He's not just smart. He's not just shredded. He's actually a great person, a great coach. So if you're on the fence about hiring Bobby, dude, I get it, but do it anyways. It's going to change your life.
So good. So well said, man. Really appreciate the kind words. And that's the thing, it's really easy to stay complacent when you're comfortable. And maybe you've lost 10 to 15 pounds, right? Like maybe you were able to lose some bit of belly fat, but when you're stuck for, 2 years, 3 years, you're not in your ideal state, then you got to put your back up against the wall to some degree, if you're not fully satisfied, and you're a high performer, right? You weren't 100% satisfied. And you knew you had more in the tank and knew that you could accomplish with your body and your health. And you did exactly that, so I commend you for that. But there's a lot of other people that, of course, have a difficult time with it. And it's understandable. But at some point, you got to make the jump. But man, that was amazing. That was so, so good. We took a deep dive into everything. And really thank you, man. Thank you so much for coming onto the channel, Lee. It was a pleasure. And if any of you watching right now are interested in optimizing your health, losing belly fat, and losing anywhere between 20 to 40 pounds right now, and you work full time as a guy and you need some help, feel free to click the link down below in the video description. There'll be a form that you can fill out to see if it would be a good fit for us to work together. Other than that, that's pretty much it. And I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video.